Guys, this is officially the biggest, most comprehensive, and most personal video I've ever created for this channel, and the reason is simple. Over the past few months, I've seen the same question and frustration pop up again and again in your comments. Bro, I study 12 hours a day and still my marks aren't improving. I feel like I'm just not smart enough. Nothing seems to stick in my mind. Please make one final guide on how to study smartly scientifically. Well, this is it. In this one video, I have packed everything I learned, from my worst academic struggles to becoming a top scorer. Everything science says actually works. Everything that completely transformed how I think, learn, and remember. Sometimes I wonder, what if someone had told me this back when I barely passed my 11th grade physics pre-boards? When I stayed up all night cramming, only to walk into the exam hall with a blank mind? I know that feeling, that helplessness. But here's my promise to you today. That will never happen to you. Whether your JE exam is tomorrow, you're preparing for UPSC, or your semester exams are next week, these principles are universal. These techniques will change the game for every subject and every student. And let me be crystal clear. This is not the boring, repetitive advice you hear everywhere. Read your notes, highlight, make a timetable. No, that's surface-level nonsense. Today, we dive deep. We'll decode the very language your brain speaks and learn to hack it. By the end of this video, you won't just get random tips. You'll have a complete system, a mental toolkit, that helps you supercharge your learning and memory while studying fewer hours. So grab a notebook and let's begin. The biggest mistake. Thinking your brain is a recording device, the biggest mistake we make is treating our brain like a hard drive. We think whatever we read or study will simply save as a file. That's wrong. Your brain is not a storage device. It is a survival machine. Evolution didn't design your brain to keep all information. It built it to filter information. Every second, your brain processes billions of bits of data. If it remembered all of that, we'd go insane. So it follows a simple rule. If it's not essential for survival, delete it. Back in the day, it made sense to remember which fruits were poisonous or where predators hid. But today, does remembering every date of the Mughal Empire help you survive? Not at all. And that's how the forgetting curve was born. The forgetting curve. Why we forget 70% in 24 hours. In 1880, German psychologist Hermann Ebbinghaus proved that when we learn something new, we forget almost 70% of it within 24 hours. Imagine spending 4 hours memorizing a modern history chapter. By tomorrow morning, your brain has already thrown away 70% of that info. That's frightening, but don't panic. Ebbinghaus not only identified the problem, but also gave us the solution. And overcoming the forgetting curve is the first step to smart study. I'll show you how. But first, let's stop doing things that don't work. First major study mistakes. You must stop right now. Indian students commonly make these 3 fatal mistakes, all scientifically proven time wasters. Mistake 1, the rote memorization trap. Flipping the same notes or textbook pages over and over makes you think you'll remember better. Wrong. It's called the illusion of competence. Repeated reading makes your brain recognize info, not recall it. Exams require recall from scratch, not recognition. It's like watching a movie trailer 20 times and thinking you know the full story. You don't. So stop thinking that rereading or cramming helps. It doesn't. Mistake 2, rainbow highlighters. You flood your textbook with multiple highlighter colors and feel productive. Research shows this is one of the least effective techniques. Highlighting is passive. You aren't engaging your critical thinking or processing info. You're just coloring lines that look important. Mistake 3, the one-night hero complex. Many believe they can cram everything in one night and top their exams. Just like trying to eat a week's food in one sitting, your brain can't digest that overload. Scientifically, sleep is when your brain consolidates memories from short-term to long-term storage. Many skimp on sleep and try to study around the clock, but science says you need 8 hours. Without sleep, you simply don't save what you learned. If you're doing any of these, stop now. The real techniques, how top performers study. Technique 1. Memory palace. This ancient 2,500-year-old technique is still the most powerful. Your brain isn't made to remember facts and numbers well, but it excels at remembering visuals and locations. Here's how it works. Picture a place you know well, your home, school route, or favorite cafe. Turn info into strange, funny images and mentally place them around that location. For example, memorize 5 periodic table elements like this. Hydrogen, a giant hydrogen balloon tied to your front gate, swaying. Helium, Tom Jerry laughing in a helium voice on your living room TV. Lithium, your mom frying lithium batteries in the kitchen. Beryllium, your bed covered in berries in the bedroom. Boron, a celebrity applying boron cream in the bathroom. The weirder the image, the better, because normal things get forgotten, but weird things stick. Technique 2. State-dependent learning. Ever entered a room and forgot what you came for but remembered after returning? That's state-dependent learning. Your brain links info to the environment and context where you learned it. Try to study in conditions like your exam hall, desk, quiet, chair. Chew a unique flavor of gum while studying difficult subjects, and chew the same gum during the exam. This flavor acts as a strong memory trigger. If you can't mimic exam conditions, change study locations daily, library, terrace, cafe, etc., training your brain to recall info anywhere. Technique 3. Dual coding. Your brain processes words and images in 2 channels. Most use only words, reading, listening. Dual coding combines words and visuals to create 2 recall paths, doubling memory strength. When reading, draw simple diagrams. Don't be an artist, just sketch. For example, for photosynthesis, draw a sun, leaf, and arrows showing sunlight, water, CO2 going in, and oxygen glucose coming out. Visual maps beat 2 pages of notes every time. Technique 4. Interleaved learning. Most blocks study by focusing on one subject for hours. Interleaved learning mixes subjects in one session: math, chemistry, history. This variety forces your brain to adapt, building stronger connections and improving recall, like a full-body workout for your brain. Technique 5. Emotional anchoring. Your brain prioritizes emotional info over logical. To remember boring facts, connect them to emotions or exaggerate. For example, mitochondria has its own DNA, it's a cell inside a cell, or funny, only 0.1% of DNA decides if you look like Shah Rukh Khan or a potato. For history, make stories. Turn Akbar into a character you understand and feel. Technique 6. Cognitive offloading. Your working memory is limited, like computer RAM. If full of random worries and tasks, you have no space for learning. Before studying, write down everything on your mind. Stress, to-dos, ideas. This brain dump frees your mind. Use mind maps to visually organize chapters on one page. Much better than linear notes. Technique 7. Body hacks for brain power. Your brain is part of your body. Body controls brain functions. Try power poses before exams. Stand like Superman for 2 minutes. Research shows this boosts confidence hormones and reduces stress. Exercise if focus drops. 30 seconds of jumping jacks or push-ups increases oxygen flow to the brain. Chew gum. Studies say gum boosts alertness and recall by up to 35%. Technique 8. The Grandma Test. Nobel winner Richard Feynman said, "If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough." Take any concept and explain it simply to your grandma or a 5-year-old. Example: Grandma, gravity is a force pulling everything down, just like a magnet pulls iron. Notice where you get stuck. Those are your weak spots. Go back, fill gaps, and simplify more. The simpler your explanation, the better you understand. Technique 9. Predictive testing. Become the examiner, not the student. After finishing a chapter, ask, "If I were the teacher, what 10-15 questions would I ask?" Identify key concepts, confusing parts, and link questions. Write and answer these questions. By the exam, you've solved half the paper already. Technique 10. The 50 hours. 10 rule. An upgrade to Pomodoro. Instead of 25, 5, do 50 minutes of deep focus. No phone, notifications, or distractions. Then take a real 10-minute break. Get up, walk, stretch, listen to music. Repeat 3 cycles and cover as much as 56 hours of normal study. Technique 11. Sleep. Your secret superpower. Sleep is not cheating, it's critical. Revise hardest topics 20-30 minutes before sleep. When you fall asleep, your brain strengthens those memories. Remember, 1 hour studying plus 8 hours sleep is equal to 5 hours studying plus 4 hours sleep. Putting it all together. Your study plan during first learning. Use dual coding with diagrams and mind maps. Use memory palace and emotional anchoring. During revision, mix subjects with interleaved learning. Use grandma test and predictive testing. During study sessions, follow the 50-10 rule. Do brain dumps and body hacks. Prioritize 8 hours of sleep. Your brain wasn't made to study 12 hours at the cost of sleep. It was made for survival. But when you understand your brain's language, visuals, emotions, stories, context, you can achieve amazing things. These techniques are not just for exams. They are life skills that will stay with you forever. If even one technique helped, please like this video. It tells YouTube it's valuable. Comment which technique you'll try first. I read every comment. Share this with that one friend who needs to study smarter. See you in the next video.